Versace dress. And I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is just a dream. Hi everyone, hope you're all well. I've been having quite a few requests from people about what I am taking away with me for my wedding. I'm getting married abroad. And I just wanted to talk through some of the pieces that I'll be taking, and really this is like a longer video because I really wanted to emphasize how even for a special occasion like my own wedding, which is also going to be a holiday as well, how it's still possible to have a very significant event like this without buying anything new. We are all very well aware, hopefully, that we are completely conditioned when it comes to consumption. We're bombarded every single day, and I just want to highlight it is possible to do it. It's something that I have been building on. So again, it's talking about that change in mindset, essentially. So I'm not just going onto the H&M app or doing as a massive Zara shop of kind of what's in for this summer. What I've put together are pieces predominantly from my wardrobe already. So pieces that I have taken on holiday for years gone by, that I know work for me, work for my body, that I feel good in. The material is also key, so kind of more natural materials. It's going to be pretty hot where we're going, so there's also that thought process as well. And with the majority of kind of fast fashion being made from kind of polyester and any number of kind of plastics or microplastics, etc., then if there's a way that I can put things into my suitcase that are made from cotton and silk and linen, then that's what I will go through. So I'm just picked out a few pieces. There's a few pieces that are very much tried and tested that I adore. I did add some pieces to my wardrobe, and I'll share those and the reasons why I added those particular pieces and where I got them from also. But I'm going to start off with a set that I bought 2 years ago from Second Stories. So this was a set that was made from dead stock fabric. So although it's considered new, this is still kind of, it's fabric. So dead stock are fabrics that are just destined for landfill. So it's offcuts from other made garments or anything made from a material, and these offcuts that can't generally be used or felt that they can't be used is called dead stock, and they will often be sent to landfill. And Nikki, who runs Second Story, she did a whole series of kind of different sets, and some of these are in a pile also to be hand washed. So a lot of these are quite creased, but I still want it. This is like the reality of me starting to put something together when we're going away in, like, it's this time next week we will be flying out. So so I'm in this kind of organization, kind of playing with different looks and kind of what I'm going to wear and things at the moment, which includes down here some pieces that are going to be hand washed before we go. So anyway, so this set, so this is like a really long kind of wide leg trouser, and I realise that you can't see the full look. I'll change the camera in a second. But what's amazing now, what I love about this, and I'm just going to show you this very, very creased top, is the simplicity of the construction. So all it is on the sides is these little ties on the side, and then apart from that it's like completely open, but it's got this little shoulder pad detail, so it's slightly cropped, and you've got the long trousers that go with it, but just the silhouette of this is amazing. And this is something that I wear very easily. I've got lots of photos of me wearing this in the day, wearing this in the evening as well. So this is one of those pieces that will, for years to come, this is going to be in my wardrobe as a summer piece, for a holiday piece, with these amazing kind of wide leg trousers. And I'm just going to, if I can, I just want to move this back a little bit over here, if I can get back far enough so you can kind of see those trousers. So that's one set. So that's, I've had that for 2 years, and that one is in a pile to hand wash. And then other pieces, like, I just want to show you some of the pieces that I've had in my wardrobe for a very long time, which might surprise you, but the good thing about me wearing predominantly kind of neutral stuff is the fact that I can then add in like a little pop of something. And when it comes to colour and pattern, I usually gravitate towards something that's a little bit unique, a little bit different. I think you can safely say that about these shorts. But these are old Topshop boutique, which I got on Oxford Street, and I don't know how long ago. This is, I'm going to say 10 plus years ago. But these are great because you can I just put these with like a silk shirt over the top and open. They're really easy by a pull to just slip on. I'm not that comfortable with my legs out the majority of the time, but I think with something like this, it kind of detracts from my legs. So I'm like, I'm all for that. So this is something, so not quite vintage Topshop, but it's getting that way because it's from the boutique. These have been in my wardrobe, as I say, for a really long time. Every holiday these come out, so that's a no-brainer for me that they are coming. And whilst we're talking about print, this is a piece, this is a relatively new addition, and this is an Ula Johnson. It's kind of corseted, like a corseted top, and it's got little straps that go with it. This I love. I got this from Manifesto Woman, which is no longer, which was one of my favourite kind of pre-loved resellers. I actually bought this from them when they were closing down, and I absolutely love it. Just that kind of pop of colour, again with like just some like flowy linen trousers. This is just perfect for like a dinner out. So this for me, and this is like cotton, so this for me again is like another kind of forever wardrobe piece. And yeah, just as I say, just these little interesting patterns. This isn't following a trend, this is just following my eye and things that I love to add into my wardrobe to kind of mix things up. And the way that I usually work is, if I see something, and I know I've talked about it before, I will take my time and make considered purchases. But if there's something that I see and I'm like, I can wear it with that. If there's like 4 or 5 things at the very least that I think that I can style it with, then it goes on a list. It's like front of mind of like, that's something that I know that I can purchase, knowing that I am going to wear that in multiple ways. This is one of those pieces. Now, I've also, and this is going in the wash today, however, I wanted to share it because, again, it's one of my favourite pieces. And you may recognise this print. So this is the amazing Caroline Dickinson. So she repurposes men's shirts, and she screen prints them with these amazing kind of oversized kind of geometric patterns. I invested in this one, I think it was this time last year, maybe a little bit earlier, but yeah, just over a year. This works really hard in my wardrobe all year round, but this is an absolute must for holiday. This is a daytime piece. I'm pretty fair skinned, so I have to be really careful with how much I'm like out in the sun, regardless of factor 50, which is a non-negotiable. Having something like this to throw on over some like linen shorts, bikini top underneath, maybe not, but just something that's so easy. And again, for me, this is the kind of thing for me which is completely timeless. Things like this are really precious to me because this has been lovingly made, beautifully finished, and it's a one-off. She does collections, but every single one is different. And I love wearing this. I wear this all year round. But yeah, this is a holiday must-have. So this one's going in the wash later, so it's nice and fresh and ready for next week when we go. And talking of Caroline Dickinson, there was one piece that in my head I was like, I really wanted to buy, that would be the main, I don't know, the main reason for this purchase was the wedding. And I hesitate when I say that because that's not the way I shop now. I didn't buy things specifically to say, oh, I need that for the wedding. But for me, this will go beyond this holiday and wedding. But for me, this is such a special piece. And I'm not going to be able to go far enough back. But just, this is a vintage silk dress that she's repurposed. And again, she has done her amazing kind of screen print on this. And there's some original details. So there's a little bit of kind of movement in the silk. And when I saw this, I was like, this dress, this is the day after the wedding. This is when people are going to meet. Hopefully, we're going to meet up. We're going to have some drinks and some lunch by the beach. Very, very chilled. And I visualized myself wearing this particular dress. So I'm very excited to wear this. And in a similar way to the shirt, this is going to work really hard for me. Not only in summer, but with a big shirt over the top with some chunky boots. I'm going to wear this a lot. And with that in mind, for me, that was a conscious purchase to make. So I'm very excited to be wearing that one. And the other piece that I bought, and again, this one is a little bit creased. But we haven't even talked about black yet. Here we go with some black. I purchased this. So again, this is new, but this was from the Posy by Julie collection. She was having a sample sale, and I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this fully, but this is absolutely stunning. Like, the weight of this material is just gorgeous. So this is a one shoulder dress, and it comes down, and what I'll do is I'm gonna film some shots so you can see the full length, and I'm gonna figure out how I can show it up here so you can see the full thing. But it's kind of cut on the bias here, and then there's like a slit at the front, and it's absolutely stunning. And this was the other kind of new purchase. So, but again, these are two purchases from small labels, independent brands. They're made, these are kind of made to order, And Caroline's was from kind of her kind of archive sale that she was having. And again, but this is just, I feel great in this as well. I think I need to mention, it's like these are all pieces that I feel really good in. I'm not fitting into a trend box. I used to do that. I used to follow the trends. I would go online, I would look at what's hot for this season, what's working this summer. I would do a haul, I would get all this stuff, and then I wouldn't wear it again. And it's getting out of that mindset. I am now such a happier person when it comes to what I wear and how I wear it, because I'm doing it for me. I'm not following a particular trend. And that's kind of the message in all of this. I'm not trying to change, I don't know, like, it's changing people's mindsets, but I don't want to do that in a preachy way. It's like, it takes time to adjust to a different way of shopping. And it's very hard to come out of that. And even me to this day, I'll see something will pop up on Instagram and I'm like, ooh. And it's so easy to go down that rabbit hole. And then I have to take a minute and go, actually, I don't need that. I don't need that in my wardrobe. I've got X, Y, and Z already in there. That does not fill a space that exists. So I don't need to get it. And I've gone off on a tangent now, but basically so these are the two new purchases in amongst a lot of pre-loved and vintage and old pieces from my wardrobe. So it's two very special pieces that will be coming with me. I think I might wear this the night before the wedding. We shall see, but that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Now, I haven't brought everything down to show you. There's just a few key pieces. The next one I actually found just like a few weeks ago, and I shared a little snippet of this. And this again might surprise you. It's like, not, you wouldn't necessarily consider this to be like my style, but again, clothing is a very emotional experience for me. It's not a throwaway thing. So if something kind of moves me in a particular way, or I see something and I think, oh my God, that's an amazing kind of unique piece, then that's another way my mind works in terms of how I'm going to work that into my wardrobe. This was one of them. So this is from the Friday Vintage Club, and this was shown a few weeks ago. And again, I'll stand back so you can see. So this is an absolutely stunning, show you the detail here, look. An absolutely stunning, look at that, vintage Versace dress. And I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is just a dream. And immediately I was like, can I have that please? Through stories, I can't remember, it was like through DMs, I was like, can I have that one? This is going to be absolutely perfect. So again, there was the motivation for the wedding to purchase this, but because it's such a unique, interesting piece, and it won't appeal to everyone, but I don't care about that. I love it. That is all that matters, and that should be all that matters to anyone when they're either considering pieces or looking at their wardrobe. If you love it, wear it. End of story. This is just beautiful, and the quality is stunning. I mean, there's like the little details on the back, but yeah, absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to wear this. And again, I'm like, oh, this can work as like a long tunic over some trousers. I mean, with a jacket over the top for work. I mean, this is, again, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to think about the other pieces in your wardrobe and how you are going to style what you buy with them. Impulse purchasing is something, I say, I used to do a lot, so I get it. But now it's all about just making these slower, considered thoughts and processes and all of that stuff into the mix before kind of investing in things, because every piece should be an investment, whether it costs £3 on Vinted or whether it costs £150 from an independent brand. It should all feel like it's an investment, that it should never be throwaway. Beautiful, beautiful. And then what else do I have here? Still on the dress theme. Let me pull this one out. This again. This is going to be an every summer go-to. This is a vintage crochet dress. I can come back. Again, I'll take some, as I say, I'm going to take some video so you can see the full length, but just look at the detail of this. This is from Vintage Inclined, and we were chatting as well, and I saw it come up on her stories as like a preview. I was like, oh my God, that dress. So like reminders were on, the whole shebang. I wanted this dress, and it's absolutely incredible. Like the weight, you just can't find this. This is the kind of thing that's recreated on the high street, and it just cannot be done the same way as this true kind of vintage piece. So this, I'm very excited. I mean, a lot of these pieces with the heat wave that we've been having, I'm like, oh, I could wear that now. And I can wear it now. I'm not saving these things. Clothes are to be worn and enjoy and love. But yeah, this, incredible. And then on the flip side, I just want to show you like an example of like an old fast fashion piece which comes out every summer. It's so easy. So this, again, I love a bit of leopard print. This is a full length. It's so comfortable. Full length, really flowy, easy maxi dress. And I bought this from And Other Stories in a summer haul, which must have been about nearly 5 years ago, like the last time that I actually bought anything from the high street. But as an example, yes, this is fast fashion. It's kind of what would be considered premium fast fashion, but let's not beat around the bush. It's still fast fashion at the end of the day. And Other Stories, it's part of the H&M group. It's all tarred with the same brush. This has remained in my wardrobe. So again, it's like there's a lot of fast fashion in my wardrobe. I still wear it. This top, for example, this is about 15 years old from H&M, and this comes out a lot. And I still wear it now. It's about looking after the things that you have and treating every piece like an investment. And this is a go-to every holiday. It's just super easy and I love it. And then what I wanted to show was, again, like it's mixing up some of these prints with some like amazing kind of minimal basics that I absolutely adore. So this one again is in the washing pile, but this Jessica Lewis linen t-shirt, I have been living in this so much. I can't even describe to you, like it just works with absolutely everything. Love, love, love. Again, that is straight in the case. I might wear that on the plane, don't know. But that will be worn a lot. And things like this, even on holiday, means that I don't have to take 4 or 5 or 6 other t-shirts. I can throw this on by the pool, going into town, going to a market, whatever, this is going to work. And I think I wore this a few weeks ago with these amazing kind of pattern shorts, which have been vinted. They were, so pre-loved shorts and a made to order top, match made in heaven. Love, love, love. Perfect. And then a few shoes. So just briefly, a few shoes before I go. I'm just thinking back to some old holidays of taking like 7-8 pairs of shoes, which right now just feels crazy. We're going away. Obviously, we have the wedding in the middle, so I will be taking a couple of extra pair of shoes for the wedding. But we're going away. It's like 10 nights, but it's all very relaxed. There'll be very relaxed kind of eating in the evening. It's not kind of posh kind of hotel or anything. It's very rustic. So I know that I don't need to take 4 or 5 pairs of heels. I've done it before and they've just sat there, and I'm sure you're the same. They've sat there in a wardrobe or on the floor in your bedroom in a villa, and you've looked at them the whole week, and you're at that point, it's like, I'm just going to put my flip-flops on. So you do not need to take 6 or 7 pairs of heels unless you are, if you're a stylist or an influencer and that's your thing and that's what you want to do, that's fine. Every day, I'm just going to go real low key. And the reason I'll go low key and not kind of fancy is so that they work with a multitude of different looks. So I mean, it's just basic. Havaianas, flip-flops. These are old. These were new, but I have had these, I can't even remember how many years these have been coming out. At least 7 years these have been coming out. I have no recollection of when I bought them, so it was a while ago. Don't really need to say anything. I mean, that's day, that's night, that's anytime. Perfect. That's your kind of everyday shoe. And then I've found these recently. So I have kind of the classic Birkenstocks, but I've also found, and I've been wearing them already this summer, so they're a little bit grubby already. But these amazing sandals. They're by Celine, but I bought these from your pre-loved stories. They popped up, and I was like, these are great. It's just something, they're just a little bit different. Just like even the detail across the front, and these are great. So these are coming as kind of daytime and evening that isn't kind of a casual flip-flop. So that's the alternative. So they're coming, and the neutrality of those means that they're going to go with pretty much everything that I'm taking as well. I also have just a really simple, now that's aside from my wedding shoe, which I haven't got here at the moment, aside from my wedding shoe, heel-wise, these are probably the only other heels that I'm going to take, and they are tiny, tiny. I think I'm gonna change into these after the ceremony, and we're into kind of party mode, because I have intentions of staying on the dance floor for as long as possible. So a little heel like this is amazing. Now these are vintage Tod's, and I snapped these up from the second look a couple of months ago now. I've worn them a few times already. They're so comfortable, so they're perfect. But just as a little like simple little heel that can work going out for dinner whilst we're away, that's kind of the perfect kind of shoe for me. And again, with the neutrality of those, it's something that they're going to stay in my wardrobe for a very long time. For me, that was an investment. They weren't hugely expensive, but for me, that is an investment piece that's going to work hard in my wardrobe. But yes, in terms of a heel, I think that's it. Now, gone are the days where it was like heels like this were coming out. That is not where I go anymore. That's not my go-to. So this is perfect. This is perfect. But in terms of a heel, actually, I completely forgot. I've got a pair here in their box. Noose. I think they're called Noose. I didn't have a very simple, minimal black heel, believe it or not, in my wardrobe. And so these are from Curate and Rotate. And it doesn't get much simpler. It's kind of leaning into that 90s minimalist look. I mean, they're just the simplicity of those are just amazing. And they're in like a ribbed material, so they're not like a suede or anything, so they're perfect for holiday. And that is probably as much of a heel as I'm going to go for. But I will take those. They might not get worn, but I am going to take them just because I just do like to have like a little backup, and I completely forgot. I've just rambled on about not taking heels. But yes, these are great as like a very versatile, simple heel that I will be taking with me. So they're great. I love those. And I think that's it, just as an overview, and amazing if you stayed with me for that whole half an hour or so. But I just wanted to have like a proper chit chat through some of the things that I'll be doing ahead of the wedding, and just to emphasize the fact that you don't have to buy new, you don't have to do a Zara haul or head to any kind of fast fashion high street brand. I really encourage you to assess your existing wardrobe. What did you wear on holiday last year that you loved wearing, and why wouldn't you wear it again year after year if it makes you feel good, just because it was a particular trend moment? That would be my one takeaway from this is, yes, I have new pieces, but they were considered purchases from small independent brands that I adore, and everything else is kind of vintage, pre-loved, or from my wardrobe. So yes, I encourage you to fall back in love with your wardrobe again and really embrace your own personal style to find out what works for you, whether it's just a holiday or a life-changing event like a wedding. It doesn't have to be brand new. It doesn't have to be fast fashion. And there are some incredible vintage pre-loved and even made-to-order pieces, which are not expensive, that are true investments to really emphasize who you are and the way that you dress. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'd love to hear your feedback as well. So let me know what you think about some of the pieces and how you start to plan for your holidays, and kind of how you work with your wardrobe in general. I'd love to hear. See you soon.